Hey guys, Livvy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today it is the first grocery haul of 2023. And of course, I've done things a little bit different to usual. If you've been on my channel for any length of time, you know that I do most of my groceries from Woolworths, especially if I'm getting it delivered. That's the only place that I get it from. I am part of the Woolworths Delivery Unlimited program that they do. I have an annual fee that I pay and I can get delivery pretty much whenever I want. So the only thing I really have to worry about is making sure that I am over that $50 minimum limit, and today I decided I'm going to spend $70, and then tomorrow I am going to buy more groceries and I will add that 140 extra I'll be able to use then. The reason I've done it that way is because last week I bought some of the stuff that I needed in the last haul and I used it in that special cycle. And Woolworths, every week they change the specials that are available. Now, none of the specials really stood out to me last time. If you saw my grocery haul, it was pretty simple. It wasn't anything crazy. I don't even think I hit my full budget for that week, which is really good. But I thought, you know what, I'll spend $70. I'll make sure I get some of the essentials that I really needed, things like milk. I did order bread, but that did not come through, and that's totally fine because I'm doing a second order. Actually, I'll be putting it in tonight, and I'll get it tomorrow. So if you're watching this, you'll see this first part, and I'll also tag on the end the specials and the stuff that I picked up from Woolworths tomorrow. So you'll get that all in the same video, but let me show you what I picked up tonight. So first off, I picked up a red cabbage. I only got half of it because, like I said, I really want to go to a fruit and veg place. I might go to the markets or something, and so I don't need a heap of stuff now, but I want something substantial. And this is perfect for going in coleslaw. It's great on sandwiches. I can shove it into salads. I can do it in some of my stir fries and things. It's versatile, and I love red cabbage. I really want to learn how to grow it, so it's on my list of things to do in the future. Now, I picked up these strawberries and they smell amazing. I can seriously smell them right now as I'm talking to you. They're so strong, which means they are mega ripe. I know that once I open this tomorrow, they're pretty much gone. So I made sure to buy 2 packs, but both of them smell amazing, so they're not really going to last long here. Now, I picked some gold sweet potatoes. I really love to have sweet potatoes, but usually I will pick them up from Costco because they can get a super big bag for a super good price. If you're buying any fruit and veg from Woolworths online, you can only buy them per unit unless you buy them in a tray. So I'm not sure if this is the best price, but I knew that I needed them. I really liked them, so I picked this up. It was just a lot easier. Now, I picked up the Odd Bunch carrots. If you know anything about Woolworths, they have the Odd Bunch available, which is usually things that don't look traditionally that great. And the Odd Bunch has got a couple of random small carrots. What else we got? Oh, look at this weird wonky guy here. Totally fine. It can look funky. It's still going to taste great. So I needed carrots, and I'm happy to pick up something that might have otherwise been thrown out. Keeping with that theme, I got the Odd Bunch lemons. They do look a little bit small, a little bit odd, but technically it's not the right season for them. But I really wanted lemons, so I picked up a small bag of them. They were all right priced, not anything too crazy, so I'll probably cook something with them tonight. So it's really nice to have some citrus, even though it's not winter, but we didn't really get a lot of citrus during winter this year for some reason. I don't know why. It's just personally, we just didn't do that, so I've been craving it a bit. I picked up some oak leaf lettuce. This is just from, oh, I'm going to eat that. This is just from Woolworths normal small bag one. As you can see, it's probably hydroponics or something. Totally fine. That is exactly what we needed. We were out of greens. That combined with the cabbage will do us for sandwiches and things. But again, like I said, I'm hoping to go to the markets. I might not buy anything crazy, but I will definitely hit a fruit and veg shop on the way home from that. This is some corn that I picked up. Now, it wasn't the cheapest, but it's pretty much corn season, and I love fresh corn. And I prefer to buy it in these husks because they last a little bit longer. So I'll actually probably cook these up tomorrow night. And I only got 2 because I will cut them in half. My husband isn't a huge corn eater, and neither is my oldest son. I love it, and my youngest son loves it. So that is plenty of corn for the 4 of us. But yeah, it's just, I only grabbed 2 because with corn, they just don't last a heap of a long time once they have been pulled off of the stalk. So something to keep in mind. Now moving on from my fruit and veg, we have some of the staples that I was out of. Soy milk, I was completely out of, and this is my husband's favorite. He says it tastes the least disgusting for non-dairy milk, so I picked up 4 of them. I will probably pick up more in my next pickup because 4 is not enough. I like to keep a really good stock of it, and I let us get a bit low because I was focused on other things. I'll make sure that I will have this stocked up. I also picked up some sweet chili sauce. I like to have sweet chili sauce and mayonnaise with wedges, and I've been cooking a lot of wedges right now. It just seems to be the season for it, and we've been missing that, so I made sure to pick up some of that. It will last us quite a bit of time, this small bottle, because my sons don't really eat a heap, but that's why I went for the smaller one, because I think the bigger one, I think it would just go gross before we could finish it. I got my usual full cream milk this time. You know, same story. My kids love it. That's just how it goes. And now I also picked up some meat. Now, if you ever watch me when it comes to meat, that's what I get from Costco. This time around, though, I didn't have the best experience with some of the Costco meat, which is totally fine. Costco are amazing with their customer service. It's not that big a deal. They've reimbursed me for some of that stuff, so we're a little bit low with things. So I picked up some salmon, which I'm actually going to cook up after we finish this because salmon like this needs to be cooked pretty much instantly. And I love salmon. It's super good for you, super lovely. I'm going to pan fry it. It's going to be amazing. Very much happy with that. And then my husband can take leftovers for work tomorrow. I also picked up 2 800-gram packs of pork mince. I love pork mince. In fact, pork is probably my favorite mince to use. It's great for burgers. It's great for spaghetti. It's great pretty much wherever you use normal beef mince. I will replace it with pork mince. And it's still super delicious. So I picked up 1,600 grams of that. So 1 and a bit kilos, and it's totally going to last us. I'll probably split these in half. So that's 4 meals right there. And the last thing that I picked up was some frozen peas because I didn't have any frozen fruit and veg in my freezer. And I desperately need to keep stuff like that around. Peas, this is pretty much the only way to have it, is frozen. It's just too ridiculous, and they just don't taste as nice unless they're picked like right off the vine and you use them instantly. So frozen peas, nothing wrong with it. I picked them up, and I'm really happy to add that to my freezer stock. So this is what I picked up for this round, and I will show you in just a moment what I picked up from Woolworths on Thursday. Alright guys, it is actually a couple of days later. I decided not to do a Woolworths order until the weekend. We had enough food to carry us over that it's no big deal. And there are a few things that I've already eaten up that I thought I would definitely get in this Woolworths order behind me. So I got the green delivery option this time around. So a driver was already going to be in my area delivering a few other ones. So I thought I'll just tag on that one. And it came at about pretty late this evening, but I picked that time. So if you do decide to do a later time, just make sure that you're not trying to you're not banking on it for any dinner and stuff, because I've got the dishwasher running. You might hear it in the background. My kids are in bed. It is us winding down for the night, and then I had my dog barking because the Woolworths guy was here. So you have a couple of options for Woolworths to deliver it for you, which is really great, and I chose really late this time. So again, if you watched earlier, I did a small haul, and this is another small haul with a different special cycle, which I also didn't really feel like anything crazy was in this special, so I didn't really buy anything too much either. I probably could have done this all together, but I actually kind of liked having it in two separate times, just because then I could go, okay, we really liked this, let's buy more of this, versus oh no, I've used up all of my grocery budget and I don't know if it's going to be on special again. So let me show you what I got though in this second part. So this is everything that I got this week in my second part of this grocery haul. Again, really not that big. In fact, if you watched earlier, I said that I spent under $70, so I had about $140 to spend for this one, and I ended up spending another $70. Really not that much. Actually, I think it was lower than that. So I've saved up a lot on my groceries this week. It doesn't look like there's heaps. Might not think that I can handle all of the food needs for my family this week, but if you have been listening, I'm eating down my pantry and I'm doing a great job of it, trying to use up those things that I've bought but never used, and it's going great. But some of the small things that I needed, I have bought today, and so we are going to be perfectly fine. I'm really not worried. I did not end up going to the markets today. It's been really, really wet. So I decided, you know what, I don't need anything crazy. So I'll just pick everything up from Woolworths, and that's what I've done. So let me show you exactly what I got. Right here at the beginning is toilet paper. The last time that I went to Costco to get toilet paper, they had none. I think actually the last couple of times. I know I could order it online, but I often don't think about it. So I decided to pick up 2 bags of this sorbent toilet paper. I don't have any toilet paper preferences. As long as it's not that super thin, like 1-ply that you get in public restrooms, I don't care. But I picked up 2 because I'm at 3 rolls right now, and I hate being so low. We had that crazy toilet paper pandemic, essentially, issue, and we were lucky that we had enough toilet paper, but right towards the end of us running out of toilet paper is finally when people stopped going nuts. So I'm always panicked that I don't have enough, but not panicked enough to hoard it. So I picked up two packs. That's 40 rolls. I've got 2 bathrooms. It's going to last us quite a good amount of time. Over here, I've picked up some cereal. If you have watched any of my previous grocery hauls, which if you haven't seen them, I definitely would suggest. They do look very different from this one. I do buy a lot of breakfast cereals, and this time I've gone a little bit different. I picked up these Wheat Bix bites. Now, they're not on crazy good special or anything, but my oldest son has actually been begging for these. We had them one time, and he loves them. So I've decided instead of doing the rice bubbles, we will take some of these ones. Now, I've got wild berry and honey crunch, 2 different options. They're a perfect size for my kids. They'll really enjoy it, so I have given these ones a shot. And behind this one, I picked up Just Right. My husband really likes to eat this one. I haven't really picked up any specific cereal for him recently, so this is the one that I have grabbed this time around. Now, moving over here, I think this is the only thing that I bought that was half price this week, which is just some risoni. I really enjoy using risoni. It's not something I commonly use, but every time I do use it, I realize that, I love it. I should use it more often. So even though I'm eating down my pantry, I've decided to pick up and stock up on something that I really enjoy that we haven't had for quite some time. So I just think they look really cool, like little grains of rice, pasta. So yeah, it's just something that was a bit of a treat, I guess, for us. Now, this is the salted pretzel twists. I am quite happy with the Woolworths brand. I've never had an issue with them. They are great as a lunchbox filler. So I've picked them up so that we can have them added to lunchboxes. My husband's back at work. It just makes sense to have something that's really, really easy to throw in his lunchbox. Now, I picked up some bread. If you were watching earlier, my bread didn't actually come. And rather than try again to see if I could get my usual low GI, high fiber loaf, I've just gone ahead with the Woolworths 6-grain country whole grain. So I've got no issue with this. It's pretty tasty. I prefer to use it for sandwiches more than anything else, more so than toast. But as you can see, I've got a lot of breakfast cereals that toast isn't really necessarily something we'll have in the morning, so this will do perfectly fine. I also picked up these damper rolls. Now, if I do hamburgers, I know a lot of people go brioche, but brioche is butter. We're dairy-free usually, so my compromise is to pay a little bit extra for these damper rolls. They're super yum. These were not on special, the half price that I preferred to, but I've got that pork that I bought in my earlier grocery haul, and so I'm going to make some hamburgers tomorrow. We're going to cook them on the barbecue. It's going to be delicious, and I'm going to use these rolls. These are actually my favorite. I prefer them more than the brioche, I think, personally. I don't know what it is. I just think that they're super yum. Now, I picked up some raspberries. They were decent enough price. It's summertime, summer produce. And I picked up some more strawberries, which I think they're the same price as they were earlier in the week. And the strawberries that I bought are already gone, which is not surprising. I thought that would be the case, but I definitely had to pick up more. I think we went through the 2 punnets in one day. It's a favorite. Everybody loves it. I also picked up some mangoes. These ones are not the best. I can feel a bit of a bruising here, so this one will need to be eaten pretty quickly, but this one looks really good. They smell really delicious. So we will have some mangoes. They were good priced as well. And then I picked up more soy milk. I know I picked up 4 earlier. I've picked up 4 again. I'd like to keep a good stock on hand, so I am going to put them away. My husband will drink them whenever he's ready. I threw in these 2 because my kids were asking today for some yogurt, but we had to go out, so I didn't have any of these. And I thought, you know what, it's always worth having some of this type of yogurt ready-made. One day I will buy it and I will portion it out myself. A day is not today. The final thing that I picked up was this LSA mix, the linseeds, sunflower seeds, and almond mix. I've seen a couple of recipes that I really want to try that had this in it, and so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go and I'm going to buy it. Even though I'm eating down my pantry, I'm kind of trying to find the things that I want to fill it with, so I thought I would buy a small thing of this. It was a decent enough price for this week, and I will give it a shot, see if it's something that I want to add kind of permanently onto my pantry list. So this is it for this week. The earlier stuff you saw and this stuff now is it. I have plenty of fresh fruit and veg. I bought most of my fresh fruit and veg in the last part of this. The first part, a little bit more fruit for today. Otherwise, super, super simple. My goal has kind of been to make everything myself rather than buy it. So you'll notice I don't buy things like cakes and cookies and stuff. I'm trying to make anything that I do so that I know everything that's in it, but also I can freeze it. I can package it a little bit easier. So that's kind of my plan with that. I do want to try and make some of the stuff that my husband usually eats in his lunchbox. You notice I buy a lot of those energy balls, but I have some stuff to make it, so I might make it later this week so that I've got extra snacks, and I might bring you along for that one. But this is it for today. Really, really simple. This week has probably been the least amount that I've bought in a while. It's really nice to go, hey, I don't need heaps of stuff and I can save money, especially right now when I just feel like my money's not going as far when it comes to groceries. So really happy with this, and hopefully this will be plenty and I won't need to go off to the shops. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I know I did 2 grocery hauls from the same shop just on 2 different days. I think 3 days in between the 2 different grocery hauls. I really appreciate you watching. If you like this video, make sure to thumbs it up. I'd love to hear your comments below just on some ways that you currently are trying to save money in your grocery hauls. What are you doing differently with the rising costs? Are you cutting corners anywhere? Are you being more deliberate, more intentional? I would love to hear it. Obviously, you can see what I'm up to, and I want to talk more about that a little bit later on, but I'm going to finish this video here. Make sure you check out all of my other videos that I have. I've got plenty of grocery hauls that you can watch. I also do random little videos here and there, and I'd love it if you checked it out, so make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. But otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.